Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to our channel. For those of you who are new here, this is Top Tip Star, and today, we have a fascinating and somewhat intense topic to explore. In this video, we'll be delving into the world of body modification and counting down the top 10 most dangerous body modifications that have been gaining attention in 2023. Now, a quick disclaimer before we proceed. The body modifications we're discussing in this video can be risky and may not be suitable for everyone. Please remember that body modification should always be done safely and responsibly, and we do not endorse attempting these procedures without proper research and consultation with professionals. Number 10. Extreme body piercing. Coming in at number 10, we have extreme body piercing. We're not talking about your standard ear or belly button piercings here. These modifications involve unique and intricate piercings in unconventional areas of the body, such as the face, chest, and even genital region. While they can be visually striking, extreme body piercings come with a heightened risk of infection and complications due to their unconventional placement. The heightened risk of infection can lead to painful abscesses, pus-filled bumps, and delayed healing. Excessive movement of the jewelry can cause irritation and scarring, especially in areas with delicate skin. A perfect example of this is Dr. Wei Sheng, who pierced 2008 decorative needles in his head, face, hands, and chest in the 5 colors of the Olympic rings. Dr. Sheng's stunt was not the first time he had gained notoriety for sticking pins in his body. In 2004, he secured a Guinness World Record after piercing 1,790 needles into his head. Number 9. Tongue splitting. At number 9, we have a modification known as tongue splitting. Tongue splitting is a type of oral body modification that involves splitting your tongue in half. It's usually done around the tip of the tongue, or in some cases toward the middle of the tongue, to give the tongue a forked look. Everyone has different reasons for wanting to split their tongue. Some want a certain look purely for aesthetics, to perform special types of oral sex acts, to achieve a sense of one's self-identity, and more. This type of body mod is highly specialized, very delicate, and extremely dangerous. The procedure of tongue splitting is highly prone to infection due to the moist environment of the mouth. The tongue is dense with nerves and muscles that can easily be damaged if this procedure isn't done by an experienced professional. And getting your tongue split puts you at high risk for possibly fatal complications like bleeding and infection. Number 8. Scarification. Moving on to number 8. Scarification is a body modification that involves intentionally creating raised scars or designs on the skin. Though it may look striking, this procedure carries risks of infection, excessive scarring, and sometimes unpredictable healing outcomes. Scarification involves deliberately damaging the skin, and this can lead to various complications. Traditionally, within indigenous cultures, people may perform scarification for ritualistic purposes, such as rites of passage or to prepare children for adulthood. The procedure may involve repeatedly using a wooden hook, thorn, or razor blade on the skin to create a design. The artists may then pack the wound with ash or mud to prevent wound healing and to deepen scarring. In other cultures, people may choose scarification for aesthetic reasons or self-expression. A scarification artist may cut, burn, or brand a design into the skin with a scalpel, electric current, abrasion, or heated or frozen metal tools. The deliberate wounding of the skin increases the risk of infections and complications, including hypertrophic scarring and keloid formation. Healing times can vary widely, and not all scars may turn out as desired. Number 7. Eyeball tattooing. Taking the 7th spot on our list is eyeball tattooing, a procedure that injects ink into the whites of the eyes to change their color. Eyeball tattooing is permanent coloring of the white of the eye called the sclera. It is performed by injecting ink with a needle underneath the top layer of the eye onto the sclera, in several locations, from where the ink then slowly spreads to cover the sclera. It is permanent and non-reversible. This dangerous process can cause severe eye damage, vision problems, and even blindness. Eyeball tattooing is an extreme and highly risky modification. The procedure was developed about 10 years ago by body modification expert Luna Cobra and the late Shannon Larratt, who founded BME, the first extensive body modification design. Cobra tells Allure he initially performed it a few different ways on Larratt and 2 other subjects. Injecting ink into the whites of the eyes can lead to complications such as retinal damage, corneal inflammation, and vision impairment. In some cases, this procedure can result in permanent vision loss or even blindness. Anthony Loffredo is an Italian model with over 90% of his body covered in tattoos, including his eyes, all to look like an extraterrestrial. While some, like Anthony, choose to get eye tattoos or corneal tattoos for cosmetic reasons. Number 6. Implantable horns and spikes. At number 6, we have a truly distinctive modification: implantable horns. Transdermal implants, or dermal piercings, are a form of body modification used both in a medical and aesthetic context. In either case, they consist of an object placed partially below and partially above the skin, thus transdermal. The skin around it generally heals as if it were a piercing. In the body piercing community, these types of modification are generally called fairly heavy due to the complexity of the procedure and the social implications. 2 types of implants can be used. Some individuals opt to have small horns implanted under their skin for a unique and otherworldly appearance. However, this procedure carries the risk of infection, as they require surgical implantation. The body may also react adversely to the foreign objects, tissue rejection, or migration of the implants, and surgical complications. Victor Hugo Peralta, a showman from Uruguay, previously made headlines after revealing his body modification obsession, where he has the Devil's 666 carved into his scalp. Number 5. Subdermal implants. Coming in at number 5, subdermal contraceptive implants involve the delivery of a steroid, progestin, from polymer capsules or rods placed under the skin. The hormone diffuses out slowly at a stable rate, providing contraceptive effectiveness for 1 to 5 years. The period of protection depends upon the specific progestin and the type of polymer. Advantages of progestin implants include long-term contraceptive action without requiring the user's or provider's attention, low dose of highly effective contraception without the use of estrogen, and fertility is readily reversible after the removal of implants. Subdermal implants can cause nausea, stomach cramping or bloating, dizziness, headache, breast tenderness, acne, hair loss, weight gain, and vaginal irritation or discharge may occur. Pain, bruising, numbness, infection, skin irritation, movement of the implants beneath the skin leading to discomfort and pain and scarring may occur at the site where the rod is placed. Number 4. Corset piercing. Number 4 on our list is corset piercing. A corset piercing is a body piercing that consists of multiple piercings in rows, usually on the back, with ribbon or string laced through to mimic the appearance of a corset. 2 rows of bilaterally symmetrical piercings are performed, and can be composed of as few as 4 piercings, 2 in each row, or as many as the length of the area being pierced and the vertical space between piercings will allow space for. Due to the difficulty and risks associated with permanently healing single-surface piercings, most corset piercings are intended to be temporary. Corset piercing carries an increased risk of infection and scarring. It's temporary, risks scarring and infection, and it hurts like hell. But the barking craze of corset piercing is on the rise. Now, cosmetic surgeons have blasted the dangerous trend, which involves having hoops put into the skin, then threaded with ribbon. Costing up to 300 pounds, corset piercing can be done wherever the skin is loose enough to pinch. Popular areas include the back, ribs, and throat. Some have endured an hour of pain to get the look, which only lasts a few weeks until the hoops grow out. Corset piercings are more prone to infection due to the large number of piercings in close proximity. Improper lacing or movement of the jewelry can lead to irritation and scarring. Number 3. Tongue bifurcation. At number 3, we have tongue bifurcation, which is similar to tongue splitting, but the tongue is split further back towards the base. Tongue bifurcation is an increasingly popular cosmetic procedure in the body modification community that involves splitting the interior tongue down the center line. The implications of this procedure for speech have not been systematically studied. A few case studies have been published and suggest that there may be effects, primarily on fricatives. Tongue bifurcation carries similar risks to tongue splitting, such as infection, bleeding, and nerve damage. Additionally, there may be a higher risk of complications due to the extended split. Number 2. Waist training. Taking the second spot on our list is waist training. In certain fashion circles, the desire for a pinched waist has led to the extreme body modification of waist training. People wear tight corsets and claim to be able to lose several inches at the waist as a result. In situations such as these, women are known to wear their waist trainers day in and day out, tightening their corsets more and more each day, using corsets with steel reinforcement for that extra cinch for up to 23 hours a day over a few years. In these circumstances, they would have to eat much smaller meals and cut out any carbonated or spicy foods that may lead to bloating. This level of compression can lead to a variety of issues with organ placement, fractured ribs, and breathing. Some experts believe that the desire to achieve a smaller waist can develop into a never-ending addiction to achieve unattainable results. At its most extreme, the process includes removing ribs. The primary risks involve pain, indigestion, dizziness, and poor posture, and the outcome could be an unnatural silhouette. "I'm concerned that we are distorting our sense of beauty," said Dr. Rohrich. A better strategy might be exercise and weight loss to help tone and trim your waist to its natural shape. Number 1. Genital beading. The most dangerous body modification in our list is genital beading. Genital beading, or pearling, involves inserting small beads made of various materials beneath the skin of the shaft or foreskin of the penis. This beading is usually intended to enhance the sexual pleasure of partners during vaginal or anal intercourse. The practice is commonly associated with members of the Yakuza in Japan, who insert pearls under the skin while in prison. The precise origin of pearling is unknown, but early documentation in China indicates that it had been imported from Southeast Asia no later than the early 1400s. Historical documents refer to the inserts as mi and eng, literally translating to Burmese bells. In the Philippines, researchers have established that these were present in various forms from the Visayas to southern Luzon. Needless to say, this procedure comes with significant health risks and should never be taken lightly. Genital beading poses a high risk of infection in a sensitive area and may cause discomfort and difficulties during sexual activities. The beads can also shift or cause irritation. This is the end of today's video. Hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. Until next time.